Lovely people, you're watching Tech Savvy. This is your host and host Himanshu. Where's TechX? TechX has been removed for certain reasons because I wanted a unique name which is top at the list when it is searched. That's why I got Tech Savvy in the lists. And without leaving the X element, we have the spelling TECHXAVVY. So the next time you search my channel, you get it first. And don't forget to subscribe it. And thank you so much for 100 subscribers. We'll reach 1k soon if we go with this speed. I know I'm being greedy, but every YouTuber is. So we are going to start with Android versus iOS. Let's get started. So there are certain aspects on which we'll be discussing why Android is better or why iOS is better. First is ease of use. People love to say Apple products just work. It's certainly true that iOS interface is easy to use, but so is the Android interface. Frankly, if you can use one, you can even use the other one. There will be not much trouble. Surely a decade ago when iPhone appeared, the Windows Mobile and Nokia Symbian phones were the competition. But then iPhone blew them away because it was so much easier to use. Then it is 10 years ago. There's a lot of there's not really a lot of differentiates between two leading OSs when it comes to ease of use. If we put appearance and home screen setup into this category, though the things tip towards Android smartphones gives you more control over your system and its application. And personally speaking, I love control. If you're happy with what Apple gives you, this is your home screen. Add a photo if you want to be an individual. Good for you, but I like being able to set up my phone just the way I want. And Android phones let me do that. That flexibility has helped Android build brand loyalty. Second part, fit, finish and price. iPhones are beautiful, but so are the Android phones. That is not the point that iPhones are always expensive. That is why they look beautiful. And they don't have much of variety, but where Android every month hundreds of phones are released with different models. Each and every model is different from each other, so I cannot compare that all the Android phones are as beautiful as iPhones. For example, some such as the Samsung S7 and the Google Pixel are every bit as attractive as the iPhone 7 Plus. True, by controlling every step of the manufacturing process, Apple makes sure that iPhones have great fit and finish. But so do that the Android phone manufacturers. That said, some Android phones are just plain ugly. Part of the reason for this is that Apple makes nothing but luxury phones, and iPhones will never be cheap. Unless and until you have paid top dollars for an iPhone, your only choice is to get used to one. So part of the reason decent Android phones can go for as little as $100. Are they good looking? Not really, but they do the job at a fraction of the price of an iPhone. If your third point, closed versus open systems. The iPhone remains as secure as ever. If you don't want anything that you can get through Apple, fine. On the other hand, if you're an iPhone user who wants to buy an Amazon ebook from the Kindle app or watch a Google Play movie using Play Movies, you're out of luck. Android is both open source and far more open to alternative applications. Keeping in mind, Apple hasn't put any of its application to Android and will never will. So if your music library is based on iTunes, then you're logged into iPhones.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
For most users, this is a difference that makes no difference. Wow, what a line. For the most users, this is a difference that makes no difference. Nice. But if you prefer open systems to closed ones, it's an open differentiator. Fourth point, AI and voice assistant. That is Google Assistant and Siri. When it comes to Google Assistant versus Siri, there's no question of the winner. Google Assistant by a country mile. Google Assistant is more than an excellent voice interface to Google search. If you use Google applications such as Google Calendar and Google Maps, Google Assistant can make your life simpler, which most of the people do. Say you're in a meeting someone for lunch downtown and traffic is awful. Google Assistant will work out that you need to leave early to make your appointment and it will notify you beforehand. Now that is cool. But Siri may have been first to market, but it's still pretty basic. It's fine for answering questions, but it's not really that much of an assistant. If you're looking for a clear reason to choose one OS over another, though, Google Assistant isn't it. It is also available for iPhones. Next point is timely updates. Here's on the other hand is an area where Apple beats Android hollow, where Apple releases a new update or patch to all the phones which are still supported. And in Android phones, it's likely when Google gives a security patch, it is not completely assured that the patch reaches to the customer. Unlike the iPhone, with which every detail is under Apple's control. With Android, Google supplies the base operating system and some program, and it's up to the phone manufacturer to deliver upgrades and patches. With high-end phones, chances are you will get a patch, but with all other Android smartphones, odds are you will never even see a security patch. In like cases when iOS get updates, it gets constantly security updates, but it is way more secure. But where we see in case of Samsung keeps on releasing every week security patches update. That is why I feel in some cases Android updates makes the phone slower. And here what the difference is, iPhone updates are made in such a way that they make your phone better. But in case of Android, it makes your phone slower. Security. It's not much that Android has security problems. It's that Google is more lax than Apple about what application it will into its app store. True, the best way to keep malware off your Android gadget is only to get apps from Google Play Store. Even so, Google reports that 0.16% of all apps contains malware. If you're an iPhone user, don't get too cocky. There is an iPhone malware out. There's just waiting for an overconfident user to download a dodgy program. Still, iPhones are inherently more secure. If you're using an Android device and you think you're ready to move to iPhone, then what are you waiting for? Next is battery life and charging. This one is hard to judge because every Android phone is different. In my experience, largely with Samsung and Motorola phones, Android phones don't need to be as recharged as often as iPhones. Your charging may vary. So let's call this thing something of a draw depending on the phone in hand and how you use it. Cloud integration. iCloud continues to be enormous pain for me no matter what platform I run it on. And I'm not the only one who has trouble with iCloud. Android, however, is tightly integrated with Google's application and services. I use Google Apps all the time for work and fun. With an Android phone and Google Now home screen, I also get access to all I need, from the personal local traffic to the global President Trump's latest doings. Google Photo has unlimited storage, includes a decent basic photo editor. True, the iCloud photo library is good too, but accessing iCloud across devices could be problematic. All in all, for cloud integration, Android is one to beat. Video conferencing. Google can't seem to make up its mind and its voice. Video and IM applications. I think Google Hangout is now Google Master's communication application, but I could be wrong. With iPhones, it's FaceTime. FaceTime is a great video conferencing program. I wish it ran on more than just Apple platforms. But if your whole family or work group is using Apple, you're good to go. Software choice. Once upon a time, you could argue that there were better apps on one app store than the other. These days, it's pretty much a dead tie because with 2.8 million apps on Play Store and 2.2 million apps on Apple App Store, it's not likely you're even going to run out of apps to play with it. So pick one that fits to your budget and needs. Put it all together, and there isn't a simple one size fits all answers for you. As I said at the outset, both phone ecosystem have their advantages and disadvantages. It really comes down to your budget and what matters most to you. For me, the answer is Android, but I am not going to fight with you if you prefer an iPhone, unlike some people I could name. So that is it for today, guys, and if you like this video, then don't forget to hit that like button. And if you think that there are some of your friends who are tech savvy or who want to be, to share this video with them. I'll be meeting you in the next video. This is Imanshu, you're watching Tech Savvy, signing out.